It's no secret that our body remembers everything from conception to the present. But what we don't realize is that these negative memories can affect us in the present. When we experience any disappointment or negative emotion today, it is associated with past memories and pulls us into a rut of past mistakes, resulting in a feeling of being stuck or disappointed. Do you ever feel like your past is weighing on you? Our bodies are like a library of past experiences and moments that can often affect our present in unexpected ways. It's no wonder our body remembers all the events from conception to today, as it often causes us to dwell on the past and fall into the same patterns. Unfortunately, these negative memories can be very strong and pull us into a cycle of repeated mistakes or disappointments. We may even find ourselves linking any current disappointment or negative emotion to something from our past. So it's important to remember that while our bodies live in the past, we must continue to strive for a better future. Our body remembers everything. It can be a source of frustration and negative emotion. It's as if our mind is constantly trying to relive the past, taking us back to times when we made mistakes or felt depressed. It prevents us from moving forward and breaking out of the same routine of mistakes. But by understanding how our body remembers these past events, we can begin to create a better relationship with our memories, one that doesn't pull us into a cycle of negative emotions, but instead helps us move forward with confidence. Our brain is like a compass, always pointing us in the right direction if we know where we want to go. But if our brain is not given a destination, it may by default follow our body's desires or negative memories. This means that our subconscious processes and choices can take over and lead us astray. If we want to be successful and achieve our goals, we must be aware of this ability of our brain to make decisions without conscious deliberation. We have to know what we want and where we should go, otherwise a negative memory or bodily impulse can take control of our lives. Sometimes it can be difficult to make decisions, and our brains can often lead us astray. But it is important to know what we want and where we are going, otherwise our body and negative memories can take over, leading to subconscious processes that force us to make choices that may not be the best for us. Our brain is like a navigator, it needs direction so it can guide us in the right direction. Otherwise, those subconscious choices will take over and put us on a path of destruction. Our brain is like a navigator that needs to know where to go, otherwise our body will take over and make decisions based on subconscious processes and negative memories. We need to be aware of what we want and what direction we want to go in our lives so that our choices are based on positive experiences rather than negative ones. As humans, we are always looking into the future and imagining what it might look like. However, thanks to visualization technology, we can now create emotional pictures of the future before it happens. We can use our imagination to paint vivid pictures of what could be, and allow our bodies to react as if that reality already exists. With this newfound ability, we can control our emotions and make sure that we are mentally ready for the most unbelievable things in our lives. In this way, our body is able to experience emotions and reactions that reflect the new reality we hope for. Using visualization techniques, we can make our body believe that this new reality already exists and react accordingly. By using this technique, we can use a powerful tool to help us achieve our desired results and create the future of our dreams. We are all familiar with the saying, "The future is now," and it turns out that saying can be especially true when it comes to creating emotional pictures of our future. In today's world, we have the power to create a vivid mental image of what our lives might look like if certain changes were made. And using that power, we can allow ourselves to experience those emotions as if they had already come true even if they haven't come true yet. By doing so, we can literally make our bodies believe that a new reality has arrived and react accordingly. This means that instead of worrying about an uncertain future, we can create for ourselves a vision full of positive emotions. In this way, we can be one step ahead in preparing for any changes that may occur in the future. Have you ever felt that the future is already here? Somehow have you been able to bring it into the present moment? We can experience the future by first imagining it and then becoming aware of it. We can focus our attention on what we want to create in life and make it a reality. By focusing on the future, we can direct our energy toward achieving our goals and having more joy in life. This type of mindful awareness helps us move forward with intention and purpose, and understand how our thoughts, emotions, and actions shape our reality. Joe Dispenza said that when we begin to experience the future, it becomes the experience of our body. This means that when we focus our attention on the future, it is not just an intellectual exercise, but rather something that is felt by our bodies. By focusing on the future and its possibilities, we can change our experience and create a new reality for ourselves. We can use this idea to direct our attention to what is most important and bring out the best in ourselves. By doing this, we can create a better future for ourselves and those around us. Each of us has the potential to create our own future. But how do we actually do this? It comes from experiencing the future in our bodies. When we focus on what we want to create in our lives, connecting with the feeling that we have already achieved it, our physical body becomes the conduit of energy that allows us to experience that future now. By diverting our attention away from past experiences and instead focusing on what we want to experience in the future, it helps us better understand what is possible and brings us closer to achieving those goals. In essence, experiencing the future becomes an act of making it a reality. We can read books, watch videos, and listen to podcasts all day long, but most importantly, act on that knowledge in our lives. Knowing a lot is great, but it's only valuable if we actually apply it and use it in meaningful ways that benefit us. The knowledge we accumulate should not just stay in our heads, we need to put it into practice. We can use it as a source of motivation for ourselves and others by setting goals, taking risks, and making changes that will help us succeed. We live in an age where more information is available than ever before. This means that we have access to a wealth of knowledge, but it can be difficult to figure out how to apply it to our lives. It is important to take the time to think about what information is relevant to us and how we can use it to make our lives better. Actions based on the knowledge we have can help us make progress toward our goals and make positive changes in our lives. Do you ever feel like you know something but lack the confidence to act? This is where knowledge can turn into experience. When we practice what we know and apply it to our lives, then we begin to see results. And that inspires us to keep going. It can be intimidating when we look at the big picture of life change, but let's start small and work with what we have. Let's start with fulfilling small wishes, practice our skills, and then begin to make bigger changes in our lives. If you want to make big changes in your life, it's important to start small. We can turn knowledge into experience by taking small steps and practicing what we know. It's not enough to just read about something or learn about it, we need to act and apply what we've learned to get results. By starting with fulfilling our lesser desires, we can develop the habit of practicing our skills and gradually building our ability to make bigger changes in our lives. With practice, knowledge turns into experience that will eventually lead us to success. Breaking with the past is a difficult task and can be overwhelming for many. But if we focus on the future, we can become more effective and achieve positive results. It is important to never dwell on past negative. The best way to break out of this vicious cycle is to set attainable goals for ourselves and focus on the future. The best way to break out of this loop is to set achievable goals and focus on the future. With clear goals in sight, we can begin to let go of negative experiences and move forward with a positive attitude. We all know that it is impossible to tear ourselves away from negative states and emotions if we experience them over and over again. But what if we focus on the future and try to create a better version of ourselves? That's where my experience comes in handy. I've worked with a lot of people who wanted to break free from their past negative states, so I know the best way to do that is to set yourself up for success in the future. By focusing on our goals and taking steps to achieve them, we can create a more effective formula for ourselves that will help us break away from our past negativity. When it comes to reaching our full potential, the past can often be a hindrance. Negative experiences and emotions can prevent us from achieving our goals and living life to the fullest. But to break free from these negative states and emotions, we must focus on the future. This is the main formula for success. Write it down. Stick it on your refrigerator or computer. Remember that your future is shaped by the emotions you have. It's in. It is experienced today. We must be willing to take risks and develop resilience, both mental and emotional, to stay focused on the future. In doing so, we will be more effective, productive, and successful as individuals. Joy is one of the strongest emotions that can lead us to success. It is the fuel that keeps us moving forward and reaching our goals. It is the formula for unlocking our potential and increasing our productivity and success in life. By understanding the importance of clear intention and not suppressing positive emotions, we can use these energies as fuel for our success. It turns out that feeling pure joy is the key to unlocking your true potential. By having a clear intention and refusing to suppress positive emotions, we can create energy within ourselves that propels us enthusiastically toward our goals. So, if you want to become more successful and productive, start by allowing yourself to truly feel joy, which means creating a new energy within yourself that will create a new life for you. No one will change until their energy changes. Have you heard the famous saying, you have to feel it before you can receive it? That's the key to success. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be successful? The key to success is learning to create a feeling of happiness, harmony, and freedom in your body before reality sets in. Your subconscious mind will begin to recognize these feelings and teach your body how to stay healthy, wealthy, and successful, happy, and attract what you want. That's why it's important for us to practice feeling these emotions in our daily lives to make it easier for us to achieve our goals. We can all succeed only with the right mental attitude, tools, and techniques. You must first learn to feel happy, harmonious, and free in order to translate these feelings into reality. Our body is our subconscious mind. It is important to shift its attention from the negative past, which is no longer anywhere but your body, to the desired future. You can't expect positive changes in your life until you feel well. Only when you feel healthy and successful will your reality change. Think of it this way: if you want to grow a healthy garden, you have to start with the seeds. Similarly, if you want to create a successful and happy life for yourself, it all starts with how you treat yourself. Invest in your mental health and well-being first, only then will your reality change for the better. Have you ever noticed that some of your best ideas and decisions come when you feel confident, happy, and self-sufficient? You will begin to heal yourself when you tap into that sense of self-sufficiency and feel healthy again. You will succeed after you take the initiative to feel successful. When it comes to making positive changes in your life, it's important to feel good about yourself first before taking any action. So why wait for reality to change when you can take control right now and create the future you want? Practice feeling these emotions in our daily lives so that we can achieve our goals more easily. We can all succeed only with the right psychological mindset, tools, and methods. You must first learn to feel happy, harmonious, and free in order to translate these feelings into reality. Our body is our subconscious mind. It is important to shift its attention from the negative past, which is no longer anywhere but your body, to the desired future. You can't expect positive changes in your life until you feel well. Only when you feel healthy and successful will your reality change. Think of it this way: if you want to grow a healthy garden, you have to start with the seeds. Similarly, if you want to create a successful and happy life for yourself, it all starts with how you treat yourself. Invest in your mental health and well-being first, only then will your reality change for the better. Have you ever noticed that some of your best ideas and decisions come when you feel confident, happy, and self-sufficient? You will begin to heal yourself when you tap into that sense of self-sufficiency and feel healthy again. You will succeed after you take the initiative to feel successful. When it comes to making positive changes in your life, it's important to feel good about yourself first before taking any action. So why wait for reality to change when you can take control right now and create the future you want? It's no secret that you need happiness and confidence to succeed. But what many people don't realize is that your perception of yourself is crucial to making it happen. When you begin to feel self-sufficient, happy, and confident, it will positively impact your reality and lead to success. The first step toward this is taking care of yourself. When you feel healthy and strong both physically and mentally, you can focus on developing a positive outlook on life. You will be able to see the beauty in the little things that previously went unnoticed. Only then will you be able to move towards self-sufficiency, happiness, and self-confidence so that your reality will change for the better. The past can be a difficult place to visit. It's filled with old stories, mistakes we've made, and painful memories we don't want to revisit. But if you're not careful, it can also become a kind of prison that prevents you from creating a bright future for yourself. That's why Dr. Joe Dispenza says it's time to stop telling yourself old stories about your past and start telling yourself stories about your future. By doing this, you create a vision of the future, which should replace memories of the past in order to move forward to success and happiness in life. Our past has the power to influence our present and future. While it is important to remember the lessons we have learned from our past, it is also important not to get stuck in those memories and begin to create a vision for our future. This is what Dr. Joe Dispenza has in mind when he says that you need to stop telling yourself stories about your past and start telling stories about your future. By creating an inspiring vision for your life, you can take control of your destiny and make changes that will bring you closer to the life you want. Do you feel stuck in the past? Are your memories holding you back from creating the life you always dreamed of? If so, it's time to take control of your narrative and start telling yourself a different story. According to Dr. Joe Dispenza, we need to stop telling ourselves stories about our past and start telling stories about our future. It's time to move beyond our memories and create a vision for the future that will empower us to reach our highest potential. With the right attitude and positive affirmations, we can create an inspiring story that will help us free ourselves from the chains of the past and move forward confidently toward our goals. Your feelings are your body language and act as a way of expressing your consciousness. Our body has its own language that expresses itself through our feelings and emotions. Every time we delve into the past, we delve deeply into our memories, and this often leads to memories of specific events filled with strong emotions. Your feelings are your body language and act as a way of expressing your consciousness. Our body has its own language that expresses itself through our feelings and emotions. Every time we delve into the past, we delve deeply into our memories, and this often leads to memories of specific events filled with strong emotions. Our thoughts are the language of our brain, but it is our feelings that tell us who is really in control of our being. Tracking our thoughts can be a great way to identify and get rid of negative thinking patterns that take away our energy and make us feel weak. Whether we're complaining about something or feeling guilty about something we've said or done, a clear understanding of where these thoughts are coming from can help us create a more positive and productive thought process. By paying attention to our thoughts throughout the day, we can begin to notice any tendencies in our thinking that may be holding us back. It is important to know how these patterns affect us so that we can take steps to change them for the better. Tracking our thoughts is essential to our mental well-being. Not only will it help us identify negative thinking patterns, but it will also give us insight into what is actually taking our energy and making us feel weak. Let's see what we can do to take control of our thinking patterns. One way to do this is to repeat positive phrases to yourself over and over until you begin to believe in them. Keep practicing new skills every day and remind yourself that you are capable of achieving what you set out to do. Don't give up if you don't succeed the first time, keep trying until the result meets your expectations. With enough effort, repetition, and practice, you will eventually achieve your goal before it even happens. It is also important to practice new skills every day until they are mastered. The hardest part is learning to feel it before it even happens, but with enough dedication, anything is possible. Don't give up, keep working on yourself until you see the results you were aiming for. Do you often catch yourself getting stuck in a negative loop, thinking all kinds of nasty things about yourself? We all have those days, but it doesn't have to be that way. Instead of letting those negative thoughts take over your mind, why not focus on positive affirmations that will help you stay motivated and optimistic? So if you find yourself saying, "I can't do it" or "I'm not good enough," pause and repeat after me, "I am capable of achieving great goals. I will practice new skills every day until I master them. Through dedication and hard work, I can achieve my goals and succeed." Don't give up. One way to be content with life is to learn to be grateful for what you have. The more you appreciate what you already have, the more likely you are to start getting everything you want. Gratitude has been proven to open up a world of possibilities because it helps people realize how much they really have in life and use that as a starting point to achieve their goals. Gratitude can also help us recognize the little things in life that we often take for granted, such as friends and family or our health and happiness. By looking back and counting our blessings, we can better recognize how lucky we are and allow us to focus on the positive aspects of our lives rather than dwelling on what we don't have. Gratitude is a powerful emotion that can lead to remarkable changes in our lives. It is not only the end result of acceptance, but an active practice that can help us create an atmosphere of contentment and peace. When we learn to accept life as it is and be grateful for all the experiences it brings, we can begin to feel already in the flow of our desires. As the saying goes, gratitude is the key to opening up a world full of possibilities. Acceptance is the key to feeling grateful for what we have. Once we accept our circumstances and the fact that our desires may or may not be fulfilled, then we can learn to appreciate what we have in life. Gratitude is not something that comes by itself, it can be developed with practice. By acknowledging our current situation and understanding that it is okay to be exactly where we are right now, gratitude can be a powerful tool to help us stay positive and content. Acceptance is the key to happiness, and gratitude is the result of accepting it. When we acknowledge that there are things in life that are beyond our control, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities. With this newfound freedom, we learn to be content with what we have and to appreciate the little things in life. It teaches us to feel satisfied, even though not all of our desires are immediately fulfilled. Thus, gratitude is the end result of accepting our reality and accepting it wholeheartedly. Our emotional state has a huge impact on how our body perceives things. If you feel gratitude, your body will begin to heal and your thoughts will flow with ease. On the other hand, if you feel depressed and stuck, your thoughts will be clouded and unproductive. Therefore, it is important to maintain a positive mental attitude in order to make the most of every thought flowing through your body. Staying in a state of gratitude has many benefits and can help us become more open and aware of all the blessings around us. Scientists have proven that when we go into a state of gratitude, not only does our body begin to heal, but our perception of the world changes. We become more aware and open to the possibilities around us, allowing us to perceive things we could not see before. Practicing gratitude can have a profound effect on your life. Every day we have a chance to be grateful for the little things in life, from the birds chirping in the morning to quality time spent with our loved ones. Each of these moments should be appreciated and celebrated, and when we do, we open ourselves to greater joy and happiness. Gratitude is like a muscle. If you use it every day, it will become stronger. So take some time each day to intentionally practice gratitude and feel it with your whole body. Have you ever found a moment to just close your eyes, take a deep breath, and feel part of the universe? If not, it's time to take advantage of this powerful practice. When we close our eyes and connect to our inner wisdom, we connect to something much larger than ourselves. It helps us tune into the rhythms and cycles of the world around us. We feel connected to something greater than ourselves, and this gives us peace. Many of us are so absorbed in the hustle and bustle of life that we often forget to pause and be in tune with the world around us. But if you close your eyes for a few moments, feel yourself part of the great mystery of life, and realize that you are part of an infinitely wise and kind universe, you will find peace and harmony within yourself. By doing this regularly, you will not only get rid of stress, but also calm your mind. You don't have to look beyond your life, beyond your space, to find healing or wisdom. You are the center of the universe and the source of your reality. All you have to do is step forward and look within yourself to discover it. That's right, there's no need to look beyond yourself to gain knowledge and understanding. All the answers are already within you, and that's why your world starts with you. It's time to take charge of your life and start looking within yourself for the wisdom that will shape your reality. Life is an ever-changing landscape of events, each one teaching us something of value. By accepting the challenges of life, we can become wiser and more experienced in our journey through life. We can gain wisdom from these experiences that will stay with us forever and shape our future. Our experiences can give us the knowledge and understanding we need to make better decisions and overcome the complexities of everyday life. Life is our greatest teacher, and our life is a precious gift that allows us to gain wisdom from our experiences. With each experience, we will always have something to look back on, something that will stay with us forever and make us wiser. Have you ever caught yourself trying to find answers in the Himalayas or Tibet? It might have seemed like a great idea at the time, but we all know that wisdom doesn't come in 3-9 lands. It actually lies within us. We must learn to look within ourselves for guidance and understanding. All of our potential, health, wealth, and wisdom is right here within us. We don't need to take a journey around the world. Instead, we need to take an inner journey of self-knowledge. It's time to take charge of our lives and unleash the power within us. Everything we ever needed was already there, it was just waiting for us to find it. Do you feel lost and depressed? It's easy to feel that way when there's so much noise and distractions all around us. But the truth is, all the answers we're looking for are already inside of us. We don't need to go anywhere for wisdom. In fact, it is great folly to look for answers where there are none. Everything we need, wisdom, potential, health, and wealth, is within ourselves. With the right attitude and dedication, everyone can become the creator and smith of their own lives. Using our inner potential, we can open up a world of possibilities that were once thought impossible. So don't let society limit your beliefs about yourself or others. Instead, let us all recognize our true power and strength together. Your success is in your hands, you are at your fingertips. Everyone has the opportunity to become the best version of themselves, no matter what circumstances life presents to them. We have the power to choose how we respond to situations and take control of our lives. The world may try to hide this truth from us, but deep down, everyone knows that they are capable of so much more. We are all creators of our own lives, capable of creating whatever destiny we wish with just a few simple tools that exist within ourselves. Our true potential is limited only by our imagination and our willingness to reach out and grab it. Have you ever wished for a coach to help you realize your true potential? Well, it turns out the coach is already inside you. You are the one with the key to unlocking your hidden strengths and talents. We all have access to limitless possibilities, but the best-kept secret in the world is that we have the power to create and shape our own destiny. You already have access to your unlimited possibilities, and all you have to do is take advantage of them. Everyone has the opportunity to become their own free coach and rewrite the story of their lives. You are in control of every outcome, and only by realizing this can you unlock all that life has to offer. This is the best-kept secret of the world. A person can do anything, be anything, and create anything. We all have the power to change our lives and create our own futures with the right tools and mindset. After all, you are your own free coach. With just a few clicks of your fingertips, you can unlock endless possibilities that were previously hidden from you. The truth of the world is that no one can limit what we can achieve if we truly believe in ourselves. We have access to the knowledge and resources we need to become the creators of our lives and the forges of our future. So don't let anyone stop you from achieving your goals. It all starts with unlocking your inner potential. There is something special in each of us, a divine power that can help us achieve all that we seek. Each of us must discover the divine power that is within us so that we can use it for good. We just have to open our eyes and mind and let go of fear and doubt and tap into this amazing source of energy. And that is the first secret we need to learn about ourselves. The second secret is that we are creators, not victims. Man is endowed with the power of creativity, and that is what sets him apart from the animals. He has used his creative powers to create art, literature, music, and more. We are creatures driven by our creative spirit and our desire to create something new in the world. We have always known that we are capable of creating something great. It's time to accept that fact and recognize our creativity. We are creators, and there is nothing wrong with admitting it. From the moment we are born, we are all creators. It is in our nature to create something out of nothing. We may not always realize it, but deep down we know that we all have a creative spark within us. So why do we often feel ashamed or guilty when it comes to acknowledging this fact? We don't need to be ashamed to acknowledge this truth, the fact that creativity is within us, and unleash it without fear or judgment from others. Our job as creative people is to share our ideas with the world so that they can experience the beauty and power of what we have created. There is a creative spark in all of us, and it's okay to recognize that. It's time to start embracing our inner creators and using our talents to create something meaningful. After all, every masterpiece starts with a bold idea. We don't need to be ashamed to acknowledge the fact that we are creators, capable of making something out of nothing. Deep down, we know this, and now it's time to unleash our potential and create beautiful things. Living a mindful life is an art that requires practice and dedication. By learning to be mindful in every moment, we can become more aware of our choices and ultimately lead more fulfilling lives. And it takes practice and dedication to master this skill. It involves being mindful of the decisions we make, how we spend our time and energy, and how we interact with others. Through living consciously, a person can become more aware of his or her thoughts, feelings, and actions to make better choices in his or her life. It takes courage to live consciously because it requires us to be honest with ourselves about our intentions and motives. In living consciously, it is important to remain open-minded and curious to learn from new experiences. This will help us create meaningful relationships with others as well as with ourselves.